I don't have a human life with problems anymore.
Your big problem is you are the mother of Jesus.
Hey, how is that a problem?
That is your big problem.
How is that a problem?
I cannot imagine that you are the mother of Jesus. You are the wife of
that
God.
that is true. It is inimaginable. What's the word?
I thought you are
It's
just
impossible
teasing
to
yourself.
imagine it.
Excuse me, I need that. I need that. I don't like stress. I don't like stress. I am sick.
May foreigner ah.
Si Bernardo, welcome si Bernardo. Kamusta bro?
Bakit,
May,
bakit po ako nandito, brother? May sakit po ako. Hindi po ako pwede ma-stress.
Okay, tama, tama.
Ustad, Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Dali.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May foreigner
Alaikum
yata.
salam. Ah,
May foreigner.
may foreigner tayong ka-debate.
Excuse me, brother. Bawal po sa akin makipagtalo. May sakit po ako. Bawal po sa akin ma-stress. Babylon. Babel kasi itong
Brother Johan, somebody is stressing.
Dudugoy lang natin. Ustad, may ano pala dito, may kano.
May Amerikano tayong bisita. Si Brother Bernardo, bisita natin. Baka mag-Muslim din siya.
Non-Muslim.
Brother Bernardo, how are you?
Nakamute siya, Ustad.
Nakamute ba? So let us hear something from Johan, our visitor.
Did you hear? I was kicked out by the Muslim group after my son Gostu invited me there and added me there. Then they kicked me out after two sentences.
Yeah po. Matagal dito yan, matagal.
Ah,
Your came from?
but but now you see what happens now. They live now in my grace.
si Brother
Always laughing.
Bernardo.
I forgive everybody, you see. All the sins are paid, you know. Dad died on the cross for all your sins. So no
Si
problem.
Brother
You,
Bernardo,
no problem you kick me out. I will just forgive you and invite you to my group. That group's name is Sharing. You know about that group? His name is Sharing.
It's
Uh,
not very clear in English. Yeah.
Mister, what's your religion, Mister? Mister foreigner, what is your religion?
I don't have a religion, just as the living God. We live the life. We don't have religions of the mind.
I don't have a religion.
I am your mother. It's not a religion, it's a life.
Oh, your
What
brother.
is your sect?
No, I don't have a sect. I have a family, you know, and a family existence. Sects are ruled by laws. You see, we call them the synagogue of Satan.
Have you belong to Atis group?
No, I belong to.
Paseo.
I am in all groups, but I belong to no group. You see, just like God, He's part of every group, but He does not belong to one group.
You mean to say you're the same assorted,
I'm the same as the living God. I'm the same as the living
You are-
God. He's the God of the Muslims and of the Christians.
If the colors is blue, you're going to color blue. I'm right?
Say again.
Color, different color.
Yeah. And In Arabic, you can call musakkil. Musakkil.
Ah, you're a Muslim?
Musakkil. In
You're a
Tagalog,
Muslim.
halo-halo.
Si Bernardo, Muslimin natin si Bernardo. Bernardo Bardi, Filipino po kaya?
Yeah, no. My grandfather is from Spanish. ¿Cómo te llamo usted, señorito? Señor.
Buenos días, gracias.
Gracias
Yo-
contigo, por
yo
favor.
hablo
Muy
Filipino.
bonito. El guapito.
Yeah.
Sinong guapito na ito?
Pag international na yung Ustad
Oo nga.
mga kadebate mo po, pang international na.
Level up.
Ano religion nung kasama natin foreigner?
Ano
Wala
yan?
daw religion.
Wala religion. Oh, maybe you can search
Assorted daw, assorted.
assorted.
Mother of God daw yan si Johan, Mother of God.
Where did you came from?
Mother of the Son of God, the Son Jesus. Because
Some country?
South Africa.
Sabi mo kung saan lugar ka?
South Africa daw. From South Africa, sabi niya.
South
Ah,
Africa.
South Africa.
South
Mabuti
I have
kung
that.
South. Mabuti kong South, hindi South Africa daw. Si Bernardo pa, Muslimin natin, si Filipino ito. Brother Bernardo, nakaintindi kang Tagalog?
Siyempre naman, uy. Tagalog, Bisaya.
Nagsasalita ka kanina, Spanish. Akala ko kasama mo siya.
Marunong ng konti.
Marunong lang. Ang buwangga siguro to.
Ay, hindi. Lolo ko, Spanish.
Spanish.
Oo, yung panahon.
Sana
Lagi
mag-Muslim ka, Brother Bernardo.
Ha?
Mag-Muslim ka rin.
Ay, wasalam?
Ano ba relihiyon mo, Bernardo?
Christian.
Pinalitan na ba? Relihiyon na
Ay,
pala yung Christian.
Dahil katoliko ako.
Nakakatoliko. Ang Kristiyano. Okay.
Tapos naging Christian niya.
Nag-born again Christian.
Tapos,
Yun nga, divine harvester ministry.
At pinagpalit mo yung Espanyol ka, dapat Roman Catholic, saradong Katoliko.
Ayoko.
Ba't lumipat ka sa born again? Sa born again, pit alone. Relasyon lang daw sa Diyos.
Hindi, di ba sabi sa John 3:3? You must be born
English
again.
daw.
Magpabautismo ka. Sabi ni Pedro. Sa Matthew 28:18-19.
Come again.
You cannot ask me how I am, because you can also not ask the living God how He is. We died to human life.
I mean, how are you?
Yeah, I'm dead. I don't exist as the human being with problems, so it does not make sense to ask me how I am. Or not. Look, I don't have a wife that gives problems. It's nice to have a wife, but you get problems with it. And it's nice to have kids, but you get problems with that too. I also don't have kids. And I also don't have family and friends. It's nice to have them, but you get some problems with them too. I also don't have work and money. It's nice to have it, but you get some problems too. And I have no possessions. It's also nice to have possessions, but you get problems too. So all these things that give human beings problems, I don't have them. Now, how can you ask me how you are?
Okay. I'm just only asking.
Yeah, you're welcome, because that's how human beings do, because they are full of problems. So it makes sense when you ask another human being, how are you? But it does not make sense to ask Jesus or his father. It doesn't make sense to ask them, how are you? Because nobody asked Jesus how he was in the Bible. And he also asked nobody how they were, because he knew they were full of problems.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can laugh about
you
it.
don't have a family, huh? You don't have a family. You don't have a children. You do not have a wife. That's right.
I have nothing, not even a body. I got.
That's problem.
Huh?
That is a problem.
Why? No, that is
Why?
having
Because
not problems.
in the future, my friend, in the future, when we got old, no one to look at you, no one to help you.
That's a blessing.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a blessing that I can just die.
That's a blessing, huh?
Then I just die. I mean, if
Who
they.
can
What?
bury you? Yeah.
Huh?
Who can bury you under the
When
when you die?
when I start stinking, the municipality will make a way. Even if they throw me in the sea, it doesn't matter. I get a new body.
That's your belief, huh?
Uh,
Like
ac-
a Buddha.
Actually, what I did, I went to the police station and I made
Yes.
an affidavit there. When I die, the university can have my body. They do studies on bodies that is not claimed by somebody.
Okay, that's very sad to hear.
Why?
So, because our body, it's not for the experimental of other people.
I-
In Islam, huh? In Islam, when people die as a Muslim, they did not experiment their body. They not cut or they not uh, get the inside. They're very what do you call this? When a Muslim die, they buried them, they washed them, then they prayed for them. Nothing like you cut this one, then one, then one. Nothing.
and then the Muslim body are eaten by the worms, and my body is
Yes,
also
it's
eaten by
okay,
the
but
worms. But first of all, my body will be worth to somebody something. You see,
maybe you could donate to other people that you can donate your organs to the one who need it. Maybe like that. But sometimes that's where human thinking, that's good. Yes, that's good for other to help to increase the knowledge of science.
yeah, you see, before I studied for a reverend in the Dutch Reformed Church, I studied for a dentist. Now the doctors and
Dentist, huh?
the doctors and the dentists, they study on human bodies.
Mashallah.
They cut the human
Mashallah.
bodies to study. They need bodies to cut because that's the way they study the body. That is why when I saw that there was really a need in more bodies to go to the universities, for the doctors to be able to have bodies which they can dissect, and by which they learn all the different aspects of the human body inside. That is the best way for them to memorize the facts when they actually dissect the body and memorize that way. Because of the complexity of everything in the body, they have to know where every nerve goes, where every muscle goes and connect. They have to know every nerve, every artery, every vein, and it's just impossible to study that from a book. The mind is not able to memorize all those facts. But when they dissect the body, it is easier. You see, it is like when you see a picture and you read a book on a picture. The mind can more easily memorize pictures that it sees than just studying from a book. So that's why I decided to give my body to them, to help them, to assist them. And after that, they can just give the rest of the leftovers to the worms.
Okay,
So
that's good.
that also means my funeral will have no problems for anyone. I advise the people where I'm staying now that they can even make some money out of my body in selling it to the university for a few bucks.
Now, who was the beneficiary? When somebody sell your body to the university, who will the beneficiary of your that kind of money?
The person who is in charge of the specific house where I'm staying. You see, I don't have a family or friends. People take me into the houses, I stay with them, and then I work for them for free because I don't need money to exist. I only need food and clothes. So this house,
Okay.
for instance, where I'm staying now, is a Black Xhosa family, and I'm working for them for free. I assisted them in getting a license, and I'm working for them now in their tavern where they sell liquor to those who want to relax a bit.
Okay,
But
okay.
I do it all for
Uh,
free because I don't need money. I don't have a life which needs money. I only need to stay alive.
okay, okay. Maybe we'll make a prayer for you to find some other way to know our Creator. Forgive my English. I'm not expert in English.
Me neither, but I am learning. The more I speak, the better I become.
Oh, that's good.
I
Where are you from,
from
my friend?
from South Africa, not South Africa,
Oh,
South
Masyarakat
South
Barakala.
Africa.
The 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 land of Didat Ahmad. That's right. Sheikh Didat Ahmad, Africa.
South Africa, at the end of Africa, the end there, the sharp
Okay.
point at the most southern point of Africa.
Oh, that's good.
What's good about that?
Something knowing other people to other nation. We before that we know other people only the television, then the telephone, now the internet.
Okay,
Mm,
but now,
that's
now,
great. Other people who knew, then become friends.
but now I cannot be your friend, but I can be your mother because I don't have friends. I only have children.
Maybe some well, if you don't like a friend, maybe some neighbor or other knowing only.
No,
But
it is not that I don't like friends. It is just that I am in a greater life of being a wife of God. So I have the ability to give birth to our children. Now that is a greater joy and a greater existence than having a friend. That's why I don't have friends, because I enjoy a greater life in being a mother to our son Jesus. You see, I give birth to Jesus.
you gave birth to Jesus.
Yes, I'm his mother. So I'm busy giving birth to you now to be my son Jesus.
Okay.
You see, that is who I am. That is what God created me to be. I'm establishing our family where I am the mother and he's the father, and we both give birth to our child Jesus, and then you enter the New Jerusalem in Revelations 22. The New Jerusalem is the family of God, the perfect family life of God, where there's a father and a mother, and Jesus, our son, can exist now. Because the Jesus in the Bible has no mother, he cannot exist. He needs a mother to be born. He was the Word of Yahweh, he was not a person. Now there's a wife and a mother, and Jesus can be born. And you can be born
So,
as Jesus Christ.
if you said that Jesus has no mother before in the Bible, and you are the mother now, that's right?
Yes, I'm the mother now, so he's getting born now.
Getting born.
From the mother and
Where
father.
is the father? Where
He's
is
with,
the father of Jesus?
he's with you now. He is, because the father and the mother both are present when the child is born. So I'm doing the
Yeah,
travailing now.
they make it intimate to make a baby. That's right.
Yeah, me and your father are now making a baby of you. You are baby. You getting born now as baby Jesus.
That's hard to believe, huh?
I know it
Oh,
is, but your father will give you revelation if you are one of the elect, because only those ready for this word can actually accept this word and be born as Jesus Christ.
oh. In our belief, God has no son.
Yes, I also believe
Or
that he has no son.
yes, God no son, and he came from nothing, and uh, he got no beginning, he got no end.
That's true. I believe the same.
Yeah. Do you believe also that God never fit to his creation?
Say again. I didn't hear that well.
And I mean, do you believe that God never fit in his creation?
Never did what?
Never fit. Maybe God is so very big. I mean,
Oh, very
that's why
big.
in First King 8:27. Do you read that?
Say again. First King.
First King 8:27.
First King 8, 27.
27.
Let me look there. It says, "But will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and the heavens of heavens cannot contain thee. How much less this house that I have builded?" Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we have to believe that he cannot,
Yes,
that he's too big to dwell on in the earth.
yeah. That's why that's why Muslim did not did not believe that God has a child.
Okay, I hear what you say.
That's
So
why.
now, why would God not want a child and stay all
Yeah,
alone by
because
himself?
yes, yes, because uh, all the prophet did not teach that God has have a son, or a God become a man. Number 23, number 23:19. That's correct.
Which verse? Say again.
Find number 23:19.
Numbers 23, 19.
19. Yes.
God is not a man. Yeah. Yeah, he is not. He's God.
Yes, that's right.
So
But
for God to have
you,
a
but
child, the child must be born of him to be a God too.
oh, when God say,
Ay, nandirito pa si mother. Dito ba si Johan?
ay, kilala mo to? Si
Hello,
Mother Earth.
hello, my son Chris.
Oo, yan si Johan yan.
Yes,
Oh,
that's my friend Byron, huh?
Parang
Do you know him?
yeah, I know him. He's trying to hide
parang
from
kwan
me.
yan,
He
parang si
doesn't want to face me.
parang
That
si
true.
Nunong yan kausap ko
That
ba?
true, my son Chris Byron.
Oo.
You hiding from me.
Oo, anak ka pala niya eh.
Hindi,
Ah,
Bro
by
Abdul.
the way,
Bro Abdul, itong si
John,
Johan. Itong si Johan.
uh,
Johan, Bro Abdul.
I love you, my son
Yan.
Chris. I forgive you. He ran away
Bro Abdul, itong si
from
Johan.
my messenger group
Meron siyang
after
kwan.
he said some bad things there.
isa ka dyan.
Now he's shy of me. He's hiding from me like Adam and Eve after they did the bad thing. But I love him. His sins are paid. He should face me.
John, maybe you
Ano
need
kwan?
to
May
meet
maingay. May
Dek
maingay.
Dek.
Bro Abdul, ano yung maingay?
You know what my son
May
Chris
maingay.
Byron said? I will never speak behind his back, so
Pero nababiyahe, grabe.
I can say it now.
May maingay?
He,
Bro
he
Abdul,
he
may
said,
maingay na audio.
he said, I am just into baiting women to sex them. And then after that he ran away. I forgive you, my son
Hindi
Chris.
parang baka si Brother Randy.
You can face me now
Maingay,
again.
maingay, Bro Abdul. May maingay. May maingay.
Hindi, tanong natin si Brother Randy at saka si Brother Dek Dek kung naka-on yung kanilang mga
Parang may
mic.
electric fan eh.
Uh,
I-mute nga natin yun. I-mute.
baka si Dek Dek.
Oh,
Ayan,
yun.
si Dek Dek.
Wala. Ito, Bro Abdul, ito si Johan kasi, meron siyang record sa kanila na hindi siya off-limit siya doon sa community nila para sa isang simbahan doon.
Off-limit siya?
Off-limit, parang may kwan siya court order na huwag lalapit doon sa lugar na yon. Kaya nga nakakatakot tong si Johan na to eh.
Bakit?
Siya ang nagsabi.
You have court
siya ang
order
nagkwento
there?
niyan.
Oo.
Yeah, many 1,500 people with court orders against me for facing them.
Why?
For facing them, like I'm doing with my son Chris now. I face you with the truth, and if you fear that, then you try to block me with a court order. You see, you get a court order that say I'm not allowed to speak to
you can you can say all your neighbor, you have a son there. No, nothing muskil, no problem. It's just your,
Hindi
it's
kasi bro,
your,
kung meron siyang court order bro, kuwan
Ah.
siya, threat siya. Threat siya.
Sabi-
Mga tao na yun, kaya siya may order.
Oo, kasi
Di ba?
tinatawag
Hindi
yun
naman siya
ng
bibigyan.
mga ano eh, ng
Oo.
mga anak yung lahat na makita niya eh. Oo, eh, baka napagkamalan siya na ano ba, kinakaliwa yata ng asawa, kaya gano'n.
Walang ang aral nito ng Johan, kakaiba. Kakaibang aral nito.
Bale, late pumasok si ano eh, next time inshallah. Nahirapan ako mag-English eh. Wala si para si
Oo,
Atty. Oo, ako lang kaulap.
Do you have Buddhist there, brother Johan?
Say again,
You have
my son.
Buddhist there?
Huh?
Do you have Buddhist in your place?
Do I have what?
Buddhist? Do you see Buddhist in your place?
Buddhist.
Yeah, Buddhist.
Yeah.
Buddhist.
What about them?
Do you know Buddhist there?
A Buddhist?
Can you see Buddhist in your place? Yes. Have you seen Buddhist there?
No,
Please.
no, not in our town. There's no
Not
Buddhist.
yet?
Why? Why?
You should try to. You should try to talk with Buddhists.
Of course I will. Of course I will talk with them. I love them all. You know, this morning I was in a Muslim group. This morning I was in a Muslim group. You know, Gosto. Gosto added me to the Muslim group. And after I told Gosto there in the Muslim group I love him, that was my second sentence. They kicked me out for loving my son Gosto. They kicked me out.
Augusto?
Gosto.
Augustus?
Yeah,
Augustus?
Gosto. You know Gosto?
Ah,
He added me to the
Yes,
Muslim group
my
Sharing. The name is Sharing or something, Sharing with Islam. So when I shared with Islam that I love my son Gosto, they kicked me out. That was my second sentence I said there in the Muslim group. So they also got a court order against me. So I am inviting all of them now to my...
Hindi, ito si Johan nagamit kasi doon ng mga verse, pero kwan din. May kwan din. Meron din naman kwan yung paggamit siya ng mga verse, kaya lang ito, napaka-dildo nga lang kasi ng dating.
So I'm spreading the news now.
Ginagamit niya yung kwan eh, yung... Do you remember the Bible
Hindi, siya daw
verse
nanay.
of Paul? Do you remember, Brother Johan, the verse of Paul that you read before? That Paul is the mother of the Christians.
Is that
and he
Johan?
That
Galatians
and then
4 verse
he gave,
19.
yeah, he
Can I
gave
say,
birth to,
can I-
he gave birth.
Share the verse, Johan and Brother Cruz.
Sige.
Actually,
Ay,
Paul,
salamat ha.
Paul said he's the father. He's the father of his children. He made a mistake. You cannot be the father, you can only be the mother. So the verse is there in, where is it now? In 1 Corinthians 4 from verse 14. 1 Corinthians 4 from verse 14. Where Paul said he was the father who gave birth to his children. But that was wrong. He made a mistake there. We can understand why he made the mistake, because he is a man. He was actually the mother, not the father. God is the father.
Now, I only see why men like to be a father. You're a man, not a woman.
Yeah, I know, but you see, in God family, He's the only father. You can, when you grow up in the life of His child and you become an adult, and you marry with God, He does not become the woman and you become the man, because the man has to be followed. So you have to be the bride or the woman. That's why the Bible say you become the bride, and God become the
Yes,
bridegroom.
you become a bride,
That is a woman.
but
That is a woman, not a man.
yes, yes. Do you see God when you're uh, in your wedding?
Sure, he said when you get old enough, you become his bride. You see, then you are created by the book Song of Songs. There's my son Gusto. Oh, he ran away again when he saw me here.
Where?
Okay.
August, the MCGI.
Yeah, he ran away again. He's embarrassed by his group who kicked me out for saying I love him. He's my son. He said the Muslim women there are now angry at me for wanting sex with them. But I said I love my son. Okay, I love them too. I cannot just love my son. I love them too. But I'm not into sex. It is God's love, you see. But he said I offended them. That's why they kicked me out. I can never say I love them. Uh,
But why only son you love? Where's the daughter?
no, I love everybody. But at that stage, I was speaking to Gosto. And I said,
Okay.
you see, I was not speaking to the others. And then the others kicked me out for saying I love Gosto without giving us any room to explain what our love was about. Maybe they were scared I'm into his honors, but I'm not into the honors of men, although my son Chris also said that. I am your mother because I want to bait you into sex. No, I'm not into sex. But now, after some months, after my son Chris Byron said, I am into baiting everybody, I think he's not into that anymore. Maybe he wants to say sorry and come back to my messenger group and say he made a mistake. He see now that I'm not into lusting men and women. I'm not into sex. Yeah, you have to come and say sorry. But first investigate me very thoroughly. I am open on my timeline. I don't hide anything of my life away. You can do a thorough investigation of me.
Because you said that you are the mother.
Yeah, I'm a mother. I'm not into sex. Mothers don't sex their children.
Nasa si Papa Cal? Papasukin mo dito si Papa Cal. Papasukin si Papa Cal.
But why are you arguing with that woman in your group before? You were arguing with the woman.
Yeah. I'm rebuking them. That you might remember. I'm not arguing with them. You see, same as Jesus. He never argued with the Pharisees. He rebuked them. There's a difference between arguing and rebuking.
Okay. Tawagin si Papa Cal.
And
Tawagin.
you said you have a court order, and that makes me suspicious of you, Johan, because you have a court order. So I don't know what's the reason why
Yeah, maybe
they
some
gave
of
you a court
here
order.
scared with you because you're court order.
Yes.
No.
So
That cannot make somebody scared.
there's something bad something bad you're doing, because they will not issue you as a court order if you are living in good terms with the people around you there, right, Father Johan?
Yeah, I'm
So
rebuking everybody.
why are you being restricted to visit community there, you know?
If you want to,
Because
if you want
that
to,
that that im- that im- that implies that you are a threat
Okay,
to
look,
those people.
I can give you the court orders. They are on the internet. Many have previously investigated the court orders. I know the International Skeptic Forum investigated the court orders for more than a year, uh, and argued with me for more than a year on those court orders and trying to find anything wrong that I did for more than a year. And I couldn't find anything wrong. I can give you the link to that investigation, which they did, because you don't have to do it all over again. You can just read what they did and come to the conclusion and see what was their conclusion about what I actually did wrong. Then you will know more if you really want to see why why I have these court orders, why there are so many, and what is actually the problem. If you link with me on my timeline, I will show you the links there where you can see the court orders and where you can see the investigation of everybody that has investigated these court orders by actually phoning and meeting with the people in my hometown who has the court orders against me, because they are mostly church people, you see. So this person, especially this one guy, his name is Abadan. He made a very thorough investigation of me by calling and meeting with the people of the persecuting factor against me. So he brought all his investigation to the internet, and it's all there for everybody to see. After having spoken personally to everybody that is persecuting me, to try and find out what the reason was, and then you can draw your own conclusion out of what we spoke about, because it was a very thorough investigation for more than a year. I don't think you want to do a greater investigation than that, investigating me for more than a year. I don't think you want to do that. So you can just see how he did it, and you can see if you agree that he did it thoroughly, and then you can see if you agree with his conclusion. I will give all that to you if you are really interested. Then you can quickly scan through the whole thing. Maybe it will take you an hour to see how he got to his conclusions and what emerged out of his more than a year long investigation. Then when we speak again here, then you can come here and then you have knowledge on those court orders, and you can tell everybody here what you saw. You see, but now you don't have actually anything.
Okay.
But what you have now is what I can tell you. I faced everybody just as I'm facing you, with the exact words, just as I did with you now. You see, and they are different from you in this respect. They are people full of pride. They don't want me to face them, and they know I'm going to do that. Right in town, in front of everyone, in public, I'm going to face them right there and tell everybody what they say and what they do. You see, and that was what they trying to block with the court orders. They didn't want other people to know how they beat me up, how they put me in prison without reason, how they try to run me off my property with lies, how they try to certify me. They don't want other people to hear that, you see. So they get the court orders to try and block me speaking them. But that you can see for yourself when you follow that
So,
investigation.
so you are trying to convert them.
I'm actually breaking them down. You see, that is a fake church. The Church of Jesus is a fake church. It's a lie. When you enter that church, you enter slavery. You find a boss there whom you have to obey and honor in being your boss, and you have to start working for him, building his church and filling up his pockets. That's a lie. The church of the living God is a spiritual church, not a physical church on earth. So when I
Better you think you is better sa pastor.
Alam ko na to kung bakit ito nako-court order. Sumusugod to sa mga simbahan.
You
Sumusugod to sa mga simbahan. Doon siya nangangaral.
Siguro kasi yung paniniwala nila hindi nila hindi nila matibag yung yung sinasabi nito. Siguro
Hindi.
na oh,
Bro Johan, much better you think you are pastor katawuhan.
okay,
yan.
he can be brother, no problem. I'm not forcing.
Maybe Brother Johan,
Yes, brother.
why God allow to marry man in your time, but why God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah before?
God didn't destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Their own sin.
Yes, he punished Sodom and Gomorrah
No,
because of their action.
no, that's correct. It's their own actions and the consequences of their actions that killed them. You see, we see the same thing today. The way the humans live is killing this earth. One of these days, the earth will kill them again, just like that time. That is the consequences of sin. The same happened in the times of Noah. The consequences killed them. But you should remember that nobody actually died. It's only your physical body that die. You exist. The death of the physical body is not really a big thing to God, and it should not be a big thing to you, because you live forever. But what is more important is that you see that the consequences of sin kill you. And then in the afterlife, you will have more wisdom to know. You should stay away from sin. Remember when Jesus died, he went to those people in the days of Noah and he preached to them. He again tried to save those people in trying to show them that they should not follow sin, meaning distanciating themselves from God. That is what kills you in the end. Following your own selfish idea of how you should live, that kill you. You see, because God knows how you should live, and you should become an obedient child to God.
I thought, Brother Johan, you don't believe in Jesus. Jesus.
Say again.
Chris Byron thought that you never believe in Jesus.
Brother
Choppy ka, Brother Byron. Choppy.
That's what we thought.
Choppy. Mina yung signal, mina. So, nawala.
Sabi niya ng ang ganito lang ang sinasabi niya.
Abba. Huh?
Ayan, yan.
Say again? I don't
Wala,
get what
wala
you're
signal.
saying.
Maybe,
I'm chatting here to these people.
sinabi, hindi ba siya naniniwala kay Yeso Cristo? Sabi niya gano'n? Yun ba pagkakasabi mo?
Parang gano'n.
Oh, pero, naniniwala siya na
Paano-
ipapanganak nila si Cristo. Naniniwala siya na namatay si Cristo, di ba?
Oh, namatay si bro, si
Hindi, iba yung kay Johan.
How Johan proved that Christ is, died?
Only his body died.
There any scientific...
He cannot die. Nobody can die. Nobody, not one of you also can die. Only your body can
Ano
die.
kami?
No, you said that Jesus died before on the
Yeah.
cross.
Yes,
You-
only,
you-
it was his body.
Maybe
It was only his body, not the spirit.
how are you sure? How are you sure that that is Jesus died on the cross? Do you have
no.
scientific evidence or DNA?
No, it was not Jesus. It was his Father, the only living God. It was Yahweh who died. God does not have a son, Jesus.
Why? So Yahweh died.
His body, his body was tortured in such a high degree that it couldn't stay alive anymore because of the severity of that torture. That body died. The spirit cannot die. No
Well,
spirit can die. You also
Yes,
cannot die. You also cannot die. Only your body can die.
So do you believe also Jesus arise from from the dead?
It was actually his Father. Jesus doesn't exist. Jesus is the word of Yahweh. It's not a person.
So,
Tingnan mo bro, di siya naniniwala kay Jesus.
tapos sasabihin niya sa tatay. Ngayon, if Jesus' Father is Yahweh, you said that Jesus didn't die. You said that he is his father died.
Yeah.
Now, who controls the world,
No.
the universe?
the
If
body.
God is
No, his spirit didn't die. Only the body he created for himself. He created for himself a body and Mary to live on the earth, by which he could die. That body could die, you see, and it was tortured until it stopped living, until it stopped breathing, because of the severity of that torture. You see, that body died, not the spirit. The spirit cannot die. Same as you. You cannot
we
die.
know that spirit cannot die.
Yeah, you cannot die. Only your body can die.
Only God never died.
Yeah, God's spirit can also not die. The body he created for himself in Mary, that body died because of that pain and that cruel torture. There's my son Gusto. My son, because I said I love you, they kicked me out.
This one goes to
That Gusto, yeah.
I thought-
I said there in his group.
It's Augusto.
Yeah, that's Gusto. That's Gusto. When I said there in his
Ah,
group,
the one
I
that
love
you
you.
had.
They kicked me out. Maybe they thought I'm into his honors.
Yeah, that's how they pronounce Gusto kita.
Gusto.
Third
Okay.
one,
Yes, my
I
son.
noticed you
Gusto
that
kita.
you have lost your way because you always say that you are the mother of Jesus.
Yes.
Paano?
Yes, that's
How
right.
do you become the mother of Jesus when you are human instead of man? Think about God nothing being born or giving birth.
They make a mate with his father.
You are just lost. That is the reason why I left Christianity. All people in Christianity become crazy.
What do you say? What do you think?
Say again, my son, I didn't pick you up nicely.
No, guys, that man is crazy. Don't listen to him. He makes us crazy.
Say again, I didn't hear nicely what you said. But something here,
Yeah.
what I see,
Assalamualaikum.
what I see, my son Gustav, I say I love you in here and they don't kick me out. You have to tell your friends there, your Muslim brothers, that they made a mistake. At least they should have asked me if I'm into your honors or what type of love I am speaking about. And then they should have tried to convince me that that love of the honors is not from God. But to just kick me out, yo, I forgive them.
Alam niyo ba nung sinabi niya na love you yung mga babae doon?
Di ba, at least ano lang, nalaman natin yung stand niya. Dapat ang kasama niya si Papa Cal sa Kalawakan.
I-remove
Kasi
yan,
sila daw.
sabi niya lang I love you.
Yung I love you.
Yeah, sinabi niya ng I love you yung mga babae. Nagalit.
They will kick you out.
Ay, mga babae. You said I love you to other, the woman in there. That's
No,
why they-
no, I only said it to Gusto. I only only to him. Maybe they
other member didn't understand.
maybe they thought I'm coming to the woman, so they kick me out before I go to them. Gusto.
Gusto kita. Yan pala si Gusto, kala ko si Agosto.
Ito naman
Ba,
totoo.
nala.
But what I
Anyway, at least
what I told my son Gusto, he must invite them over now to my group because they can run away immediately.
Your
if-
group.
Yeah, because I don't kick out people. They have to run away themselves. When they feel I'm getting in the direction of their private parts, they can just press the leave button. But first they must record me and show everybody I am into their private parts.
Maybe the ideology didn't they didn't want to hear that the man who gave birth to Christ, only a woman can birth.
That's why I had to become a woman to do that. I died. I died.
We need a miracle.
Yeah, that's a miracle. I can link you on my page how God did it. He used the whole town of Robertson.
Do you believe the reincarnation?
Say again?
Do you believe that when a man died, then when he born again, he became a woman, or she became a woman
No, you become
to other life?
you become a God. There's no gender in God. He does not need gender. Gender.
Yes. You mean you said that you need to be a woman. When you become a woman?
No,
That's why you're a man.
the character of a woman, not the sexual aspect, because there's no sexual aspect in the heavenly life. There's no marriage there. There's no sex needed there for children. You see, so I have the character of a woman, meaning I am obedient to God. I am his companion, but as a woman, meaning I'm not as strong as he is. You see, the man is always bigger and stronger. I'm not as strong as he is. I cannot do what he do, and I don't have his function. My function is what I'm doing now. I am travailing in birth for our children, while his function as the father is to provide for them. I cannot provide for all our children. That is his function. And I cannot guide the family. That is his function as the husband. He is the head. I am the wife, I'm his companion in assisting him, in being a companion to him and assisting him in getting our children born again. From me then, because I speak these words, and from him, he is the spirit of the words I'm speaking. But this is not a sexual thing. That's why our private parts are not part of this whole situation. Uh, it does not function in God's life, the private parts. It does not function there. Only my character function there, where I'm obedient to my husband. He is my head. He's the one I'm listening to. He's the one who is providing for me. He's the one who's protecting me. He's the one who's guiding me. He's my husband. I am his wife, meaning I'm equal to him in character, but
Yeah,
not in function. Not in function.
yes, in Islamic perspective, uh, God always guide us. God always give us everything. God is always protect us. That's what we do not need to marry God because God is alone. He's the King of all kings. And his prophet is a messenger brought the clear proof that God is only one. So how can God marry all of us to get birth to Jesus? Or how many people can give birth to Jesus? You said that you will be the mother of Jesus. And others said, or maybe your companion, that same thinking, that he will give birth also to Jesus. So, if 5 million people like you thinking that giving birth to Jesus Christ, oh, there's so many Jesus Christ.
That is true. Every child of God is Jesus Christ. They just don't know it. I am only
Yes, yes,
I am only the first
okay.
mother. The rest will come. But first the child has to grow up. You see, you are all children of God growing up in the life of Jesus, God's Son. And when you enter adult life, you first become a bride and then a wife. Then you will also know how to give birth to Jesus Christ. You see? But first you have to be raised. I don't just give birth to Jesus, I also raise him. I don't just give birth to you where you become Jesus, I also raise you in your life as Jesus. Because I walked the whole way. For 40 years, God raised me to be his wife. It's not something that happened overnight. I was a child of God for let me
So,
see, for
you
30
also
years,
Jesus.
40 years before I married with him.
Yes. That's very sad or sorry statement. Why people thinking that we need to get birth Jesus. Jesus is we Muslim believe also Jesus is a pious messenger, but but he is not a God. He's only a prophet and a messenger. Then he will come back after the sign come out for the whole humanity after Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
You see, I'm giving birth to you now
Why I love you
to be the second coming of Jesus. The first coming of Jesus was the Word of Jesus. The living God create everything by words. So the first coming of Jesus, the first appearance, was actually His Word of Jesus. Now that Word creates the real Jesus. I use that Word to create Jesus.
You said before you do not believe to Jesus.
No, that was
No,
the
you
Word.
believe.
No, the first Jesus was the Word. It was not a person. It was the Word which Yahweh, it was the Word of Yahweh, the Creator God. He created,
John 1:1. You telling
yeah,
us the John 1:1.
yeah, He was the Word. Jesus was the Word of God. He was not a person. The actual life,
Where Jesus said in the Bible that He is the Word of God,
there
or He
in
is
John.
the God Word.
He actually didn't say it. Yahweh said it because Yahweh was His life. You see, Yahweh gave Himself a body in Mary, and then He walked on earth as the Son of God. He was the life inside of that body, which gave life to that body. And He walked as the Son of God, but not the real Son, the Word of the Son. And that Word creates the real Son, which is you. You see, when God spoke in the beginning, let there be light, that was His words, but it was not the real light. It created the real light. Same now.
Yes,
Jesus is the Word of God, not the real Jesus. It creates the real Jesus.
Yes. If you said that Jesus is the Word of God, or Jesus is the Word from God, why Jesus said in John 7:16 that His Word is not from Him?
That's right. It is not from Him. It is the Word of Yahweh.
Why you said He is the Word, but in John 7:16, Word is not Him. To Him.
You see, the problem here is this. We as humans should not try and understand God's Word. We should take this Word to Himself to explain it to us. Because when He explains it to you, only then do you understand. So I also didn't understand this Word as I'm understanding it now. It was in a long time of living with God and listening to Him that this revelation dawned on me. From Himself, from me being in a relationship with Him for 40 years. As a child, I was in a relationship with Him for 40 years as a child. Then, when the marriage came, only then did He reveal to me this Word I'm giving now to you, that you are the real Jesus. You see, you should also have a name and an identity. as the Son of God, Jesus Christ?
Muslim didn't use the word son of God. We are the slave of God. We follow God. We love God. We obey. That's why we are the slave of God. Also, like an angel, they are a slave of God. We do not use the term son for a son of God.
I hear that, but would you have liked a slave for a child? You know, there's a huge
Yes,
difference. There's a huge difference in the quality of love and your own
yes,
existence.
yes.
If you only have slaves and no children, your life will be very empty.
No.
You
Look,
are your children your slaves?
no.
So
That's a different idea because we create our children. God created us from the dust to a man, and a man with a bear, and etc. etc. God only said that we are slave because we follow His commandment. We teach them to others.
okay, now it's different.
Yeah.
Now you're getting born from God to be the same as He is. That is what a child is. That is what your child is.
We
When,
yes, yes.
when you give birth to your child, that child is exactly the same as you, just a child. Same with God. He wants children.
If God has a children, why we have no power like a God?
No, no,
Yeah.
no. A child does not have the same power as his father.
Yes,
you, you,
that I tell you that we cannot compare ourselves as a human to be a God
when you
because we have no power like a God.
when you are born of God and He is your father, you are also a God, just a baby God having to grow up.
Yes, you have we'll say you are a baby God.
Baby God,
Do you
yes.
have a power like a God?
You're a
Maybe
baby. You're a
like
baby.
a little.
You're a baby. You have to grow up into your power. And when
Which
you,
power? What kind of power?
uh,
Your power of to create, power
yeah,
to
yeah,
raise a dead.
yes, all that power. But you have to grow up in it. A child cannot do what the grown-ups do. You have to grow up.
If all the children of God become a God, why Moses can other prophet cannot bring death to life?
Because they are not God. And you are born God to do the things of God when you are
So
older. When you are
Moses
older.
is also a son of God.
No, he was never born of God. He didn't have that word. That word, where you can be born of God, was revealed to us in Jesus in the New Testament. Only then the concept of being born of God, where you are a God too, was revealed. And for that concept, Jesus was killed. If you know a bit about Jesus, that concept He brought.
Jesus was killed.
For that concept that humans can now be God too. That concept For that concept, he was killed.
There's a word with knowledge and wisdom. Not actually they say you are a son of God, you become a God. Not like that.
A father.
That's why
What is the
I
love of...
asking you. Yes, yes. I asking you if you are a son of God and you're a baby God, or after 40 years and you can become a big a God. Where's your power like a God?
I am giving birth to you as Jesus Christ, our Son. That is creating
So
God life.
okay.
And you will learn to create too. By first learning how you grow up as a God, and then you will assist in raising your brothers in their God life too, because that's what the brother also do. He also assists the younger brothers to be the same as he is. You will also learn to create life, God life. A father always
So who
wants
is your God, my friend? Who is your God?
it's
Is
Yahweh.
Yahweh or Jesus? It's
No,
Yahweh.
no, you are Jesus, our son. My husband is Yahweh.
And who you?
I am his wife. I used to be Jesus. For 40 years, I grew up as Jesus Christ. And
So you're become a Jesus, then you're now become your wife of God. Then you birth to Jesus again.
God changed our heart when we
Something like
enter. God changed our heart when we enter adult life. 20 years ago, I was a bride of God first for 10 years. And then I did judging. In that period of judging was when all the churches were judged, when they started persecuting me, because I judged them in power. That is actually why they got those court orders, because of the power of the judgment. So for 10 years I judged them, and after that 10-year period, God told me that I'm now his wife. I must accept that. Which I didn't want to at first, but after a year of speaking to me and revealing to me the need and the position of the wife, I accepted. And then 13 years ago, I became his wife and started to create our family. Because a family can only exist in a wife. Without a wife, there is no family.
No, you're creating your family. Why do you
Amen.
have no family today?
Amen. I'm creating now God's family. That is what you see in Revelations 22, where the
Yes,
new...
yes. You're creating your family. Where your family before? Where is your family before?
God brought a persecution over my life. They all started persecuting me. That time when I was a bride of God, and I started judging everybody, they all kicked me out of their lives. That was to make me holy. That was to make me holy, because my wife and kids cannot be first in my life. You have
Yes.
to be...
Do you? Who told you to become a wife of God?
He told me. I didn't
That
know.
That angel Jibril gave you a revelation?
No, he himself.
The God talks to you.
I live with him for already 40 years now in a personal relationship.
Yeah. How do you know that's God give to you the authority to become His wife?
Because
Then how can
I know his
you
voice.
talk to Him?
I'm talking to him now for 40 years, and he to me.
Do you see Him?
in the spirit, not with my eyes. His spirit. He stays in my body. We are together. We
There's
are
a
one.
God stay to your body.
He
Yeah,
stay in
you
my
said that.
body for
Oh,
40 years
look,
already.
we go back to First King 8:27. That God cannot be contained to the His creation. How can God live uh, to yourself? That in First King 7:28, that God cannot contain His creation.
That is true. It's not a. It.
Yes, that's right.
Uh,
That's why it's hard to explain that God can with you in yourself in 40 years
that's true.
live with you.
It's not the fullness of God that is in me. It is. I'm part of Him. You see, and He's part of me. It is not a question of He is totally in me and is now contained in my body. I'm living in Him while He is all over the universe. I am in Him, part of Him. You see, all His children are part of Him, but He is not contained in the children only. He is all over the universe. We are in Him, the Bible says, and He is in us, and He is in us. Those two principles, we cannot break them from each other and say He's totally just in one person. But He is in us, and we are in Him. We are one. That's what the New Testament say, and you only actually understand this when it happens with you. When you actually create this word for you to start living it and experiencing it, only then you understand what it actually means.
That is your belief. But in the Islamic concept, we have a different view for that, because God never fit to His creation, and we also believe that God never had a child or become a child.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We have different beliefs.
that's your belief, and our belief is different from you. But
Yeah, yeah.
we encouraging you to read some our book to more knowledge.
Now you should understand from my point of view that I don't read books.
Yes, that is your point of view.
I don't read books. I don't need to read them because in God's presence, I love Him telling me everything. That is much more
So
personal, much more enjoyable when He tells me everything as his wife. You see, a husband should talk to his wife about what he knows, and he knows everything. So it's such a joy to just listen to him. I learned that from childhood days when he was my father, and I just love to listen to my father explaining to me his life. And as he explained to me his life, I grew up in his life because that is what a father do. He doesn't give you a book to read. He lives with you. He show you his life, and he take you by the hand and assist you to live his life. You see, it's not really about reading a book and about that relationship. So while I was a child, I learned this very well to listen to him and not to be to read books.
how you can listen to Him? How you how you do know God if you don't not read the book? You use the Bible verse. Then if you said you not need to read, why do you need a Bible verse to teach us?
When I read a Bible verse, I take it to him and ask him. When I was a child, I said, "Please, Daddy, this verse, tell me what it means." And he just loved to tell me what it means. And I just loved to hear his explanations. It's about that intimacy between father and son.
Okay. That's for now. Maybe tomorrow we can talk again. Inshallah.
Okay, no problem.
I fell sleepy, my friend.
Yeah, me
fell
too.
asleep.
Me too. It's time for us
It's
to.
very late.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, thank you for your time.
I enjoyed it
And,
with you. I sent you a friend.
Yes,
I sent you a friend request, and then you can see what's going on in my life, and I will see what's going on in your life. Okay, good night.
Inshallah.
Good night, everybody.
night.
Good night.
Okay, bye.